Hi friends, welcome back to the Model 3 Man channel. It's kind of a heavy and a hard day today. I've been watching the news and just seeing the explosions at the airport in Afghanistan and the deaths of the Marines and of many local Afghanis. And I just want to say that my sympathies and my prayers go out to all of my viewers in the USA. This is a tough day, and not to mention anything of the politics of it, it's just a sad day for all Americans. And so my prayers go out today to you. But that's not the reason for the video, of course. The Tesla app that we use in our phones that we've become so accustomed to has finally been updated. Is it improvement? Is it a disappointment? Are there things that we would have wanted that are not here? Or have they just revamped everything? So we're going to go into the app, look at all the sections, and then I'll give you my impressions on what they've done and whether or not it's a worthwhile update to the app. So let's get going. So I'm going to tap on the Tesla app and get into it here. And it is currently connected to the car. You can see down the bottom, it says there, security, Peter's iPhone 12 Pro Max connected. One thing that I immediately notice and that I miss is that green color that suddenly appears on the battery indicator in the old app. Remember the old app? It showed up when it was trying to connect, it all grayed out, and then when it connected, it became bold, but the battery indicator turned green, and it doesn't do it here. It does tell me at the moment that the car is parked, and if I were to give my first impressions on the app, the initial page doesn't look very much changed. But the animations are very, very smooth, very cool, but very smooth as well. Let me give you an example. If I click on controls, watch the car. Okay, very smooth. I'll do it again. Go back and forth. Very cool. Go into climate, and you can see that the car swivels around. The animation is perfectly smooth. There are lots of other changes to the interface and a lot of different ways of interacting with the menu items. So let's go through each screen one at a time. So first of all, below the graphic of the car, there are 4 objects below it. Lock or unlock. If I tap there, I've just unlocked the car. If I tap it again, I've locked it. I can tap on climate and it will jump to the climate section, but it will turn it on. And now climate says active. Well, I'm going to turn that off just for now. Charging, we're going to leave that for now because I'm going to come to it in a minute. But I will say it does not appear in the list. You remember charging was one of the objects. No longer. Tap on the charge symbol and you can get your current battery capacity and you can easily adjust and set it. What I do like is that there is haptic feedback. That means there's a little knock on your finger when you move the slider. And it's now easy to go, for example, 80, 90. It snaps to the position that you want. Turn it off. Opening the frunk. I do not know why they do not have the trunk on this little screen. It wouldn't have been difficult just to put 5 icons there instead of 4. But anyway, when we do go to controls, that is one of the choices. And you can see at the back of the car, the word open down the bottom there, that opens the trunk. The charging bay door, that opens. I've just opened it. Tap it again, and it has just closed. Starting the vehicle, you can actually enable it for somebody else, start it up so they can drive away if they're a family member without a key. And venting the windows, we'll do that outside so you can actually see it working. Flash the lights, yeah, that's important. If you're in a dark, deserted parking lot, and you'd like to see exactly where you left your car, that's a useful little icon. We get back again. Location, well, I've blurred it out for obvious reasons, but I think in many of my previous videos, I've actually revealed it, so it's probably not a surprise to most people. But click on location, and you're immediately confronted with the map or So this will give you directions to your car. If you've parked it somewhere and you have no idea, you could tap the word go, and it would immediately give you a walking map to where your car is. Get out of that and go back to the Tesla app. Tap on the globe and you get your satellite view. Tap back again and you get the regular map view. Go back to the main list over here. Number 4 is summon. This is also one that I'm going to be demonstrating outdoors. No point in using the summon mode if I'm not there to see what I'm about to hit. Going on to security, there are 3 items here. If your phone is connected, you can activate Sentry mode. Why is it not activated now? Well, I'm at home. I do not want to waste my battery by having Sentry mode work all the time when my car is actually safe. But valet mode and speed limit mode, you can now clear the previous pins that you set just by tapping on the blue links. You can turn valet mode on, and then of course you can limit your car in numerous ways, including not letting people get into the glove box or the frunk or the trunk, limiting the speed. I actually created a video on the limitations of valet mode. I'll put a link in the description below, and if you're interested in that, just go down and watch it. I'm also going to put a link to the episode I did on Sentry mode. So if you're not 100% clear on how Sentry mode can video things that happen to your car, take a look at that video, and there'll be a link down there as well. Speed limit, crazy speed-loving kids, right? Limit their speed. So I'm going to turn off valet mode, and this is where you would come to if you wanted to activate it. So back again to the main page. Upgrades. Well, software upgrades. If there are any, it will show. If there are not, it will tell you. Let me give you an example. Software upgrade. You have all the software upgrades. Check back for future updates. Manage it. Well, I could tap on manage. What does it do? Gives me the fact that I've got premium connectivity, full self-driving. I purchased it in June the 30th last year. Enhanced autopilot, I had that some time back, and basic autopilot was included. Get back to here. Of course, if I want to shop for accessories, there it is. Great marketing move by Tesla, giving us quick and easy access to things that are relevant for our vehicles. So Model 3, there it is. Subscribe. No, it says that I have all the subscriptions. If you do not, for example, have full self-driving, you could subscribe for $1.99 US a month and you would have FSD. You may have to wait a considerable period of time before your car actually is capable of FSD. They're still in the beta phase, and only 100 or so lucky Americans are trying it out and testing out full self-driving beta. Let's go back. And what if I tap on accessories? Well, it comes back to that same, just multiple different ways of getting to see what accessories Tesla offer for your car. Let's go right back to the main column. Service. I did have a recent service, and now they have the option of either scheduling a new service and reporting the issue, or going into your history and having a look at what was done. August the 18th. That annoying glove box kept on opening and falling open while I drove. So they came to my house. There it is. Have to blur out my address, but it was delivered, and then there's an invoice, and I can see the invoice. That's pretty good. Let's go back and schedule a service. So select a service, tires and wheels, tire rotation. Well, I'm not going to go any further in case this actually ends up scheduling that service for me, but you get the idea. I'm going to uncheck it and go back once again. Quick links. And there's all the information that you would need regarding how to schedule your appointment, whether you have to go in for it or whether they send out a mobile service technician to your home. All of this is in the information provided. Go back again to the main column. Finally, roadside assistance. Well, we've always had that. So, for example, if I said I have a flat tire, there are Tesla tires. Go to next. And here you can say, that's the tire with the flat. Once again, I'm not going to complete it because I don't want them rushing out to this location here. Okay, and then at the bottom, of course, the information about your car. Now, there does not appear to be many of the items that many people have been requesting. For example, here's one. You have a Sentry mode event in your car while you're away. It was a highly requested feature to be able to grab your phone, tap on View Sentry Event, and have the car stream it to the phone. Kind of reverse Bluetooth. It's not in here. Viewing any dash cam footage. Not in here. So, has the app changed a lot? Honestly, no. The interface is better. It's prettier. Let me demonstrate climate as an example. I'm going to go into climate, which we did not do earlier. And I'm going to turn climate on. On the bottom left, I can tap it. Give it a few seconds, and the climate will turn on. And now, I love the animation. You see the air blowing in through the vents? It doesn't let me change the direction of the vents, but you can see it. If I tapped there, right, now the climate is on high. In other words, everything is demisting, defrosting, the car's heating up to maximum heat. This is something that you typically would use in the winter. And if you look at the air flow, you can see it has a reddish color to it. So I'm going to go and take it off that. And now I have difficulty with this little slider. Sometimes it doesn't work at all. Let me try going to 20 degrees. And now, look, I can drag it. That's an interface improvement where I used to have to tap the little tiny arrows like that, but now I can grab the slider and move it to whatever temperature I like. But I can also control the seat heaters in the same way I used to. Tap it. There it is. Let's go back to the graphic of the car. Can you see the airflow? Look at it. It's not very big, but you can see it. What if I went into controls? Yeah, you can see it in controls as well. So they've integrated all of these features and functions. Time to move all the camera equipment outside, and we'll go and show you the rest from there. I've inserted the handset. You can see that you have the choice of unlocking the charge port, which we would do if I wanted to remove it, or to start charging. So we're going to tap on that. Watch the animation. It's pretty cool. You can see the charging hose going into the car, and the green indicates that charge is flowing. It says 4 hours, 45 minutes remaining, and tells me how many kilometers each hour are being added. I think that'll change if I wait for a while, but instead let's go back into the controls. We're going to test venting the windows. So right down the bottom on the right hand side we have the window vent button. Look at that. That was almost immediate. Let's try closing it. Look at that. Open. Close. You'll hear if the car honks. Yep, it does. And the flashing of the lights, well, you can just see that. You can see it reflecting all around. Let's back to controls. We've done that. Now, final thing we did not talk about inside, and user settings, top right hand corner, Peter Levy and Red Dragon. You can access the shop through here. We're not going to. You've got your inbox, notifications from Tesla that come in. You've got your loot box showing how many miles you've got. That has not changed. It was always there. Go into account, contact information, history of your orders, charging, invoices for all the charges that you've made at public supercharger stations. What about settings? Well, you can sync your calendar and notifications, car alarm. Yep, we do want the alarm to go off if there's an intrusion. And then finally on charging. I do not need to be told that charging has started. I do find it useful to see when charging is complete when I'm at home. By the way, when you're at superchargers, all of the notifications are automatically on by default. But in my home charger, I'd like to know when it's complete, and then I can either unplug it and put it in my wife's Leaf, or I just know that it's finished. Vehicle software, if there's a new software update around, I want to know about it, and that's that over there. Right down the bottom, you can see I've done 50,000 161 kilometers. Summon, let's go back and check this. Now obviously at the moment it says you need to unplug your vehicle to summons the car. Okay, now that we have connected, I'm going to press the up arrow, which means go forward, and you have to hold it. Alright, we'll stop it there. Press the reverse arrow and we'll get it to come back to me. Not sure how far it'll come because I have the camera on a tripod here. Okay, it stopped right there. And switched off. My overall impression here is they've done a really good job on the graphics, greater detail in the images, very cool animation, it's smooth, it works, it integrates well, each section with the other. There's really nothing important that's changed. There are no features that people have really been wanting to see, wanting to get. I refer particularly to Sentry mode, dash cam footage. They were highly requested features. They're just not in the app. Why can I not schedule my departure here in the app? Why do I have to be in the car to go and set scheduling for the next morning? How difficult is it to schedule it? You can do that in the Stats app. And I'm going to be contacting the author of the Stats app soon with a view to bringing him on for a live Zoom session where we can chat and I can ask him some questions now that I've had the opportunity to play with the Stats app for over a month, 2 months. I'd like to ask him about a few of the features that he has or wonder about a few features that he might be choosing to integrate. So I think that this is really part of a holding pattern. They are dedicating their full attention to full self-driving, FSD, AI. They're really not wishing to divert a lot of resources to completely redesigning our phone apps. But you know what? It does a good job. I do like what they've done to the app. I just don't think they really put a lot of effort into responding to people's requests. So these are just the quick first impressions. If I've missed anything, please go put it in the comments below. If I've misinterpreted something, well, I'm sure you'll tell me. I do love reading the comments. I always go and check them, and I typically respond to anyone that does reply. Thanks to all of you who've been so good at supporting the channel, those who've donated through our PayPal account. Any day now, that MacBook Pro announcement is coming and I'll place my order. And finally, thank you very much for those that have chosen to use my referral code to get the free 1,000 miles or 1,500K of free supercharging. I appreciate every one of you. That's it for today. I'll see you again in the next episode, which is going to be tomorrow.